Hey guys, so for this video, I'm going to be making my first beginner's keyboard and mouse settings guide for Fortnite. Don't worry though, because I'm going to cover everything from best game settings to new ways to find your optimal keybinds. I'm literally going to cover every keyboard and mouse setting you can think of, so with all that being said, these are the best Fortnite settings for keyboard and mouse. So to start off, we're going to be covering your game settings tab. For movement options, toggle sprint should be on because we want to click the sprint key and start sprinting instead of holding the key down. Then auto open doors should be turned on. The reason being, anytime you mess up and make a door edit, you'll automatically go through it without losing any momentum. Plus, you can still open doors normally with your interact key. Your mantle settings should be left at default. After that, in the combat section, hold to swap pickup I recommend having on. Toggle targeting makes it so you don't have to hold down your targeting key while ADSing, which in turn gives you less control, so turn it off. Mark danger when targeting refers to the little red mark when you ping, indicating there's an enemy there. Therefore, turn it on. Auto pickup weapons should be turned off. Preferred item slots on, so when I pick up an item, it automatically goes to the designated slot. You can configure this to your preference. Auto sort consumables should be left on, as this puts all your healing items and shield on the right side of your inventory for you. For the building section, reset building choice doesn't matter, and disable pre-edit option. I think you should have it turned off because when I have it turned off, I can edit way faster and editing feels more responsive. But if you can't stand pre-edits, turn this setting off. Turn on turbo building because we're not in season 2. Auto confirm edits is the edit on release option, but edit on release is preference. I use it and I recommend using it for beginners, so turn it on. Now onto your game UI tab. Reticle and damage feedback. Keep your reticle on, reticle indicator on. This is the little mark next to your crosshair that tells you how many bullets you have left. I keep damage number on list. The other two options are personal preference. HUD scale is preference, just please do not make it too small. Anything above 75% is good. Then I recommend leaving everything on except latency debug stats, quest progress, and creative runtime stats because all of it is extremely important and vital for helping you in-game. Following that, mouse and keyboard sensitivities are all preference as well. I play at 1600 DPI and 6.2%. I recommend using anything from 6% to 12% as the highest. You kind of have to play with it, so you can start on like 9% and test how it feels. If it's too slow, turn it up by 1%. If it's too fast, lower your sensitivity by 1%. Your ADS sense should be 30 to 50%, and for your scope being 30% as the lowest and 50% as the highest as well. Your building and editing sense work the best with both being on the default 100%. Essentially, the last thing that we're going to look at are keybinds, and there are a lot of them. We're only going to cover the important ones, starting with your movement. Movement, I play on WASD, that is the standard. I jump with the spacebar, I have my sprint on C, I crouch with the left control. What matters is that you have your crouch key on your pinky or thumb. You do not want your crouch key on your index or ring finger. Anytime you crouch, you need to be able to move right and left at the same time. That's why I have it on left control. Some alternate options are C and left shift. Combat, I have most of these on the default settings. You want to fire with left click and target with right click. All of that is pretty simple. Reload I have on the R. The big one that I change is for my use or interact key. I have that on E. Some alternate options are F and scroll wheel up. Harvesting tool, I have it on Q. My weapons are on 1, 2, 3, and 4, and my final one is on V. These are just keys that are near WASD. They're easy to hit for me. Just find keybinds that you do not use for anything else. For example, I don't use G or Z. Those all make great weapon keybinds. Building, your wall, I highly recommend putting on your mouse side buttons along with your stairs. The reason for that is because it gives you full control of your movement while building. That is what optimal keybinds are all about. So I have my wall on my bottom side button and my stairs on my top side button. The keys that I do not have that for are my floor, which is on X, and my cone, which is on left shift. Trap, I have it on T. You could use it whatever you want. It's not really that important, especially because traps are no longer in the game. Place building is on the default left mouse button. Repair and upgrade is on H. Rotate building is R. Change material is right click. Building edit I have on F. Secondary building edit. My secondary building edit is on my mouse wheel down, and that is because I have reset building edit. The secondary one as well, on the same keybind, mouse wheel down. What this does is it sets up your scroll wheel reset, which is so broken. That's basically it. Overall, guys, those are the best settings for Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4 on keyboard and mouse. So if you enjoyed it or learned something new, do be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications.